This is the Greek Reporter Weekly News. Interviewed by an Austrian magazine, French Finance Minister Christine Lagarde said she would make no comments on the IMF debate, but is flattered to be considered as a possible candidate for the leadership of the International Monetary Fund. Lagarde seems to already speak as a candidate when asked about the Greek crisis. On this subject, the French minister said that as far as she knows, Greece has made no progress on privatizations and must act to implement these decisions since the country risks bankruptcy. Furthermore, Lagarde excluded the possibility that Greek debt might be refinanced and said she would not accept any concessions from banks holding bonds. From these statements, it seems that Christine Lagarde is not favoring Greece's interests. Main opposition New Democracy leader Adonis Samaras reiterated that his party will back measures that are beneficial for the country, but will not support mistaken policies that have failed in action and are leading the country to the deepest recession in recent decades. In a statement regarding a call by EU Economic and Monetary Affairs Commissioner Olli Rehn concerning the political party's consensus to the memorandum measures, Samaras also stressed that Greece has a government and an opposition and that the country's parliamentary democracy remains strong. He stated that the Constitution and institutions and dignity mandate remind us that a government exists, the opposition exists, and the parliamentary democracy remains strong in this land called Greece. Moving on to Cyprus. Opposition Disi won Sunday's parliamentary elections, with ruling Akel trailing behind as both parties made gains compared to 5 years ago. Disi gathered 34.3% of the vote, with Akel following in second place with 32.7%. Government coalition partner Diko gathered 15.8% of the vote, while Evroko came fourth with 3.9% of the vote. For more details about the election results in Cyprus, visit greece.greekreporter.com. Let's move on to the USA. Greek-American Dean Karnazes, known as the Ultramarathon man, covered 3,000 miles in 2.5 months. He started from Disneyland of California on the 25th of February and finally arrived in New York on the 11th of May. He passed Columbus Avenue and ended up on 76th Street, where his wife and their 13-year-old son were waiting for him. Mr. Karnazes ran to promote the idea of good physical condition, which is important especially for young people, and the idea of fighting against obesity. While covering 40 to 50 miles per day, he used more than 50 pairs of shoes and raised $178,000 for the financial support of Action for Health Kids. Konstantinos Karnazes was born by Greek parents in Los Angeles, California. Some really interesting news from Hollywood now. Billionaire, entrepreneur, and actor Alki David married model Jennifer Stano in New York last week. The glamorous event was held in New York, where most of the bride's friends and relatives live. The wedding took place at Oheka Castle in Long Island. It is a huge gated manor that is also used as a hotel when not occupied by weddings or events. The ceremony was attended by 350 guests and seen by 167,000 virtual live attendees on Mr. David's online community battlecam.com, as well as on Facebook. Alki and Jennifer are an online phenomenon with a massive following, as the pair often appears live on Mr. David's battlecam.com online web community site. The wedding was filmed by NBC Universal for an upcoming unscripted television series. Alkiviadis, or Alki as he is called in America, is a Greek digital media entrepreneur and actor currently living in Beverly Hills, California. He also owns a big stake of his family's fortune, which includes 30 Coca-Cola bottling plants in Europe and Africa. He is notable for his early adoption of social media as a marketing vehicle, such as his owned operated sites, Filmon and Buttercom. He had also appeared on TV and in cinema as an actor. The couple will honeymoon in none other than Greece, of course. Well, how can anyone resist Greece's islands and beaches? Let's see what's going on in Australia. A culinary show to honor Greek cuisine and Greek tourism will be broadcast in a few days on the SBS channel. The show was hosted by Linda Blair and her son Milan Blair. In the aftermath of the tragic news of the death of Linda's son Milan Blair last month, the television series Blair's Taste of Greece will begin to air exclusively on SBS 1 on Thursday, May 26th at 8 p.m. The 7-episode series will be broadcast earlier than expected as a tribute to the 29-year-old Milan Blair, who passed away on Sunday, April 17, 2011, from acute leukemia. Seeking culinary delights, adventure, and antiquities, Linda and Blair toured the Peloponnese with a film crew in 2010. Mother and son traveled in the Peloponnese, cooking, eating, and drinking with the locals, who welcomed them with great enthusiasm. Let's move on to Canada. The Greek Consulate General in Montreal came under a surprise attack last week as a group of young people claiming to be anarchists stormed into the building. The activists wore black balaclavas to hide their identities and left a proclamation in French and English expressing their support for the anarchists and migrants in Greece. The proclamation also condemned both Greece's and Canada's policies on migrants and criticized austerity measures which caused clashes among the social classes. The group was dispersed peacefully by consulate employees. For more news and updates, don't forget to visit us at GreekReporter.com. Have a wonderful week, and remember, Greeks are everywhere.